Selling your house before you die may end up costing your family thousands of dollars. It may be better to stay in that house and not to scale down. And for reference, I'm a loan officer. I help people get mortgages to buy houses and sometimes to refinance. What I've seen over the last few years is a big wealth transfer. And what I'm talking about is parents and grandparents leaving assets to their kids and grandkids, large amounts. Sometimes what you'll see somebody that's owned a house for, say, 30 years. And maybe it was grandma or your parents. Let's suppose they bought that house for $100,000. They lived in it 30 years, and today that house is worth $1.5 million. There's $1.4 million of profit. When it comes time to sell that house, for tax rules, you're going to look at the base, and then there's a $500,000 exemption. So the base of 100 plus the $500,000 exemption is 600,000, but you've sold that house for 1.5 million. That means there's $900,000 of profit. That is going to be taxable at whatever rate grandma or your parents is at. Hypothetically, if they were in a 20% tax bracket, that would end up costing $180,000 of property taxes. However, if they don't sell the house and they pass that house along to you after their death, now you inherit a house that's worth $1.5 million. Because of the step-up tax rule, your base is 1.5. It doesn't go back down to that $100,000. So that $180,000 of taxes that grandma or your parents would have had to pay, that disappears. Now you have a house at the new base of 1.5. Let's suppose you own that house for a couple years and it becomes worth, I don't know, 1.7. It goes up $200,000. You can apply your tax exemption to that. Or if you end up having to pay, say, 20% taxes on that, your taxes would be 20% of the 200,000, which in this case would only be $40,000. In effect, you've saved $140,000 in taxes by grandma or your parents not selling the house before they passed away.